Hey folks, welcome to another Friday fishing forecast. And like I say all the time, it just seems like they just keep getting faster and faster and faster. These weeks are just flying by. It's hard to believe that we're going into April already. And hopefully, you know the old saying, March is like a lion, comes in like a lion and goes out like a lamb. Well, hopefully that's the case with March going into April with these winds. Unfortunately, on Saturday, it's going to be a little bumpy, not horrible, but 2.5 offshore. Inshore, it's going to be a light chop, so you can still fish. Tomorrow is going to be a beautiful day. Sunday is going to be a beautiful day. It's going to lay down. Temperatures going into next week are going to be in the low 90s, so it's going to warm up pretty good. We're kind of going from spring pattern to summer pattern really, really quick. Bait situation. I just went fishing on Wednesday, took a couple of our sponsors out, went to the Skyway to catch bait, and the water was so clear, we got bait chummed up, and then all of a sudden I threw the net, caught bait, started chumming again, and we could not get bait to come back up. So we moved to a different location. Same thing, got bait chummed up through the net. They scattered, boom. I tried both of my nets, the 3/8 and the 1/4, and the water was so clear, I was almost seeing the net hit the bottom. So we ran out. We had some bait, had enough to fish with, but I wanted some more. So we ran out, stopped by the golf pier at Fort DeSoto, threw one time, and loaded the boat with bait. So I was going to go check some of the markers, and I still might if the wind lays down a little bit. It's supposed to lay down this afternoon and then pick back up overnight and into tomorrow, and then lay back down again tomorrow afternoon. You might want to hold off and fish in the afternoon because the winds are going to be lighter, but like I said, it's going to be a beautiful weekend. The weather, no rain chances, anything else like that. Everything's staying north of us. The bite on Wednesday, it was a little bumpy when we went out, so I stayed in 40 to 45 feet of water. We caught a real nice keeper red, caught a ton of smaller reds, caught some snapper, caught yellowtail, caught small hogfish. So we had a fun time. We had a huge bull shark, probably about 11 foot, circling the boat for half the day, but he didn't eat any of our fish, so it was really weird. He just circled on top. It was pretty wild. You'll see that on the video coming up. Let's go ahead and get into the tides and schooners for this weekend. On Saturday, we have a low tide at 5:52 a.m. at a negative 0.1. We have a high tide at 1:32 p.m. at a 1.4. Then we have a low tide at 5:11 p.m. at a 1.1 foot. Then we have another high tide at 11:17 p.m. at a 1.8 foot. On Sunday, we have a low tide at 6:25 a.m. at a negative 0.1. And we have a high tide at 1:17 p.m. at a 1.4 foot. Then we have a low tide at 6:01 p.m. at a 0.8 foot. Let's go ahead and talk about the schooners for this weekend. On Saturday, we have a major feeding time from 9:29 a.m. to 11:29 a.m. Then we have a minor feeding time from 3:26 p.m. to 4:26 p.m. And then on Sunday, we have a major from 10:13 a.m. to 12:13 p.m. And then we have a minor from 4:21 p.m. to 5:21 p.m. So as you can see, those schooners are right in the middle of the day, especially the majors. Or late morning, and then on Sunday they're going to be right around noon. In our last episode that we showed, the bite didn't really go off until that major hit, and that major was at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So luckily we stayed out there and fished and worked through the minor or the major. This last trip that we did that I haven't put out yet, the minor feeding time was a pretty good feeding time. So pay attention to those schooners. I know I talk about it all the time. You definitely want to pay attention to the schooners. Now, with that being said, that looks like the weekend is going to be pretty good weather-wise. Like I said, Saturday's going to be a little bumpy. It's a little windy right now. It's blowing pretty good, but it's supposed to lay down a little bit, pick up a little bit in the morning tomorrow, and then lay down. If you live in the Riverview, Ruskin, Apollo Beach area, stop by our Finn's Fishing Club meeting, which is this next Tuesday starting at 7 o'clock. We're going to have a lot of hands-on different things. We're going to have one station talking about jigs and how to hook baits differently on those jigs, those styles jigs. And we're going to have, I don't know if one's going to be talking about cast nets or not, and then another one might be talking about the tools that we use to plan a trip, which will probably be myself. I'll be talking about how I go about getting a trip ready, what tools I use, and so it's going to be a fun time, hands-on. So if you get a chance, Finn's Fishing Club, Tuesday, 7 p.m., come by and see us. We'll have a lot of great information, as we always do, and we have a great time also. I just want to say thank you to all of the orders that we've been getting still. We really, really appreciate it. Can't say that enough. You guys are what makes Tampa Bay Fishing Channel what it is today, and we can't say thank you enough. We are going to fish on Sunday, and I'm probably going to fish on Tuesday of next week. So we'll have some more fishing videos coming up, and I want to say thank you to everybody that responded to the last video that came out about the trip preparation and what I do beforehand to get ready for a trip. And as you saw, sometimes things throw you a curveball and you got to roll with it, and that's exactly what we did. Again, I just want to say thanks for everything. Fish more, catch more, and we'll see you on the flip side.